Bum, 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 bum. Oh, hello everyone, I'm Bluebell, and welcome to a new series that I'm calling Watching Random Thomas Episodes. It's a series where I use the website to pick a random episode, watch it, talk about it, and rate it, partially inspired by Cheerful Tram. Now, let's not waste any more time and see what our first episode is. Be a good one, please. It's Toad's Adventure. That one is a pretty good one. Now, let's go watch it.
Toad's Adventure. Oliver and Toad used to work on the Great Western Railway. Oliver never tired of telling the story of how they first came to the island of Sodor.
Please, Mr. James. Hello. Did you say you needed a break then, sir? Perhaps I could help.
Thomas, why have we stopped?
Up ahead, sir.
Thomas, back up, back up! Actually, Oliver, I think you should ask Toad about the adventure he had today.
You, Toad? You had an adventure? Well, yes, as it happens. It all started when I was coupled to Mr. James. James couldn't stop.
And so Toad told everyone about his adventure on the main line.
So I pushed and I...
Oliver said he could hardly believe it, but Toad said that was okay. He'd tell him the whole story again. Tomorrow.
Wow, what a nostalgia trip that was. That was a really good episode. Let's talk about it. Toad's Adventure is a good Toad story, showing us that he's tired of Oliver always retelling the same story and wanting an adventure to tell a story about himself. Eventually, once they get back to Nafred, Oliver leaves him and he goes with James. After being told off for going too fast, James encounters a branch on Gordon's Hill, and the coupling jolts between him and the first truck, causing the trucks to begin a runaway. Thomas is randomly pulling the express coaches to take Topham and Dowager to an opera on the mainland, and as he goes on Gordon's Hill, he sees the runaway Toad, begins to reverse, then Percy puffs up behind him, blocking him in. More about that later. Toad eventually brakes hard enough that he's able to stop the train, and everyone's able to continue their days safely. Once the trucks are delivered, he returns back to Nafred Yards, where he begins to be told Oliver's day, wherein James stands up to him and says he should ask Toad about his day. Toad begins to tell his story, which brings all the Shunters, Paxton, Harvey, and Edward to listen to it. So, overall, here's my thoughts. It's a good episode, but there are some flaws. For example, there was no one behind Percy. Why couldn't he back up too? Also, even when this era of the show was referencing other older episodes, hell, Oliver was talking about escape earlier.
And then there was that night of my daring escape from the scrapyard. What an adventure that was! Unbelievable!
Why didn't Toad talk about Busy going backwards? Or Toad stands by? Also, James should know about speed and trucks, considering he had his first accident by letting the trucks go too fast. And another thing with James, he should have either derailed over the branch or broken it, not just go over it. Also, I think that the branch would have just slowed the train down, not uncouple it. However, as for the pros, we get a really interesting dynamic in this episode. James and Toad are two characters that had never interacted before, so it was nice having them interact and become friends. Another thing about me is I am an absolute sucker for CGI Dowager Hat. She's great fun whenever she talks and is always hilarious seeing what she'll get up to. You can always tell that Keith Wickham is having fun voicing her.
Opera awaits!
This was also around the time where Rosie had her headlamp but was still painted pink, and that's always really neat to see. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, but I really love the fat controller gag in this episode. Overall, this episode is a 9 out of 10. Sure, some things could be better, but it's still a good enough episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see y'all real soon. Bye-bye now.